Back to Ashish. Go ahead.
Thank you, Rajan. Thanks for the opportunity. Hello, all. I'm Ashish Tulsian. I'm one of the founders at Posist. We are a restaurant tech company. It's been almost close to 9 years, and we work with some 8,000 restaurants spread across 22 countries. We started as a point of sale solution company, which was built for my own restaurant. I've been a restaurateur, and was really a terrible one. So to fix my own mistakes, ended up building this product, and then we thought that okay, why not help others fix their mistakes instead of continue to run the restaurant. And over last 9 years, we started from a point of sale solution company, like a billing system for the restaurants. Went on to do deeper side of the kitchen management, inventory control, central kitchens, warehousing, CRM, online ordering, mobile ordering, loyalty programs, feedback management. It's a full scale suite of 14 products today, which take care of end to end of a restaurant's operation life cycle. And 2 years back, we got a chance to also see the writing on the wall, and we pioneered cloud kitchen technology and powered some of the largest cloud kitchen and the most relevant cloud kitchen players in the world. Uh, it's been and then pandemic hit, and pandemic has just probably it has taken the world by the storm, and cloud kitchen as a concept, which was in its nascent stage, which was still latent, which was still understood or misunderstood, and somewhere in between, suddenly became relevant, suddenly became all understood. I still believe that it is still misunderstood at some level, but I think pandemic forced everyone to understand, to look at cloud kitchen as not only viable but as an important, inevitable step. And I used to always believe that cloud kitchens are not going to become mainstream unless the mainstream restaurateurs, people who are seriously there in the food business, unless they start looking at it. Restaurateurs who primarily have been doing high street restaurants, unless they start looking at cloud kitchens as a first or an important medium, it's not really going to grow. And I remember this January 2020, right after New Year's, I was telling my team that 2020 is going to be the year of cloud kitchens. No, I definitely had no idea that that pandemic was around the corner, laughing at us. But I think, and I did not believe it is going to happen this way. But all I can say is that um, in this otherwise dark cloud of COVID, I see Cloud Kitchen as a silver lining. The silver lining comes, of course, with a little bit of shock, but it is silver lining nevertheless. I'm going to, try and demystify, some of it, in next few minutes. Let me share my screen. Mm. All right. I hope you guys can see my screen. So, let me broadly, talk about what kind of business, what exactly is the business opportunity with cloud kitchens? What's happening there? What kind of business models are there? I can clearly see that people are trying to dice and slice cloud kitchen as a model. They're trying to fit it into their business model, somewhere. But there are three very, very clearly distinct models which are coming out, over last 2 years, and especially graduated over last 6-8 months of COVID. One is independent, cloud kitchens, brands which were born cloud, which are born for cloud, companies who are starting cloud kitchens as their main business. These are the companies which are probably most poised for growth because they are digital natives. They are the ones who are born for digital world. They look at aggregators like Uber Eats, Deliveroo, Hunger Station, Talabat, etc. They look at them, as the main playgrounds. This is also making all these aggregators digital landlords. So now your high street store, the high street has shifted to an app, and now the app aggregator has a lot of power over you. But at the same time, it's a symbiotic ecosystem. So you also have what that aggregator needs, which is the brand to drive the orders. These kind of cloud kitchens are either there are some of the brands who are looking at these cloud kitchens as a single brand cloud kitchens, or they are going for multi-brand in the same cloud kitchen. I think there is a myth, there is a misconception that if you are having a cloud kitchen, you have to have multiple brands because that is the only way to get economy of scale. I don't think so. It's like saying that if you have a factory, you should manufacture from pin to plane for economy of scale. Not at all. I believe that in case of cloud kitchens, it is all the more important that if you really want economy of scale to work for you, you should ideally maximize one or maximum two brands wherever you have expertise, unless you already are an established brand where people are ready to buy anything and everything from you, which I don't really think I can think of an example like that. Second model is a little bit of a cannibalistic model, I may say, where aggregators have figured today, a Talabat or an Uber Eats or a Deliveroo, without naming, I mean, none in specific, but for every aggregator, it is very important. The only metric they are working for is to drive the number of orders on their platform. Now, when they look at the data tells them a lot of truth, which most of us, most of operators, will never understand or even come close to, because we don't know exactly how the demand is shifting in each geographical location. And at times aggregators will get present to demand of a certain cuisine in a certain area which is underserved, where they will say, oh, okay, in this area there is a lot of Asian cuisine demand, a lot of searches happening, but there are not enough players who are either serving Asian or who are serving good Asian. This gives opportunity to aggregators to populate their own kitchens, start their own kitchens to meet that demand. That is another model. That is a data driven, that is a distribution driven model, where brand is actually built on the demand, and it's not really the other way. A demand does not happen because of the brand. Brand is built because of the demand. And the third one is shared cloud kitchens. This is one of the most interesting models. This is cloud kitchen as a service. Some people are calling it CaaS. Some people are calling it just cloud kitchen as infrastructure, wherein people have figured that they can open these co-working spaces or large pre-equipped kitchens which can run into 10,000 to 20,000 square feet, which can house anywhere between 30 to 100 brands, and they are serviced from the same kitchen. In this particular case, there are a lot of business models where some operators are also saying that we will give you the cooks, and you basically own you basically sign your recipes to us. So I think that brings me to why cloud kitchens are happening, and I think this is the genesis of exactly what's happening here. Is this cloud kitchen a new idea? Is this something which is a disruption which somebody brought? I don't think so. I think I will just the way I demystify cloud kitchens is that it is an ultimate decoupling of all the parts which form restaurant business. And according to me, there are four pieces of the restaurant business. One is customer acquisition, wherein you need to get the customer to order from you. Two is preparing the food, kitchen operation, cooking it and packing it. Third is logistics. Whatever you cooked, now you need to send it to the customer, place it on the customer's plate, and take money from them. And fourth is the brand, your recipe, your items, your menu, which is your secret sauce, or maybe not so secret, but that's your intellectual property. Now, in these four, up till now, a brand, somebody used to create a brand. They used to create the menu. They used to, over the years, create a customer base who used to love that particular pizza or that particular burger or that particular shawarma. And then they used to open the stores. In those stores, they used to run their own kitchen. They used to deploy their own delivery fleet, and they used to deliver to the customer. Everything was owned by the restaurateur. That's why they could not scale. All the aggregators came. Uber Eats took the opportunity, to solve first piece for you, which is customer acquisition. So now you said, okay, customer acquisition is only going to be done by Uber Eats. Then people like One Click came. They said, okay, we will take care of your logistics. So restaurateurs said, okay, now I need to only do two things. I need to make the recipe and then cook it. The third piece is now some people are saying, okay, I will cook it for you as well. So if you think about it, this is like the massive industrialization of the art of restaurant business. So will it really wipe off high street restaurants? I don't think so, not at all, in fact. But then what is going to be the place of high street restaurants in the world, which is going crazy over cloud kitchens? I believe that on one side, cloud kitchens or delivery business is thriving very, very hard to make sure that they put the same food, the same taste, the same thing, on your plate while you are at the comfort of your home, your Netflix and chilling. Um, Stores are going to be good to give you a better experience. I think any brand who opens a cloud kitchen as well is going to be presented with this question: that what makes me come out of my comfort and go to Nando's or go to a Carl's Jr.? Why will I go there unless I have a better experience? Every brand will have to define what is their store experience. And I think experience is still going to trump everything. So there is going to be this hybrid world, according to me, um, where no brand will be able to function without a delivery piece. But those brands who will be able to define what is the store experience will also do great at stores. In fact, will do better at stores, because if you do better experience, you will be able to charge a premium. At the same time, at a lower margin, they will have an opportunity to reach out to much larger audience, and they will have an opportunity to sell much more. Cloud kitchen is going to be more or less the volume business. Um to move forward, some myths. People think that cloud kitchen is cheap. It is a cheaper way to do restaurants. Restaurant is costly. Cloud kitchen is cheaper to set up. You're right. Setting up a restaurant can be 5x costlier, and in some cases 10x costlier, depending on what kind of restaurant are you setting up, than a cloud kitchen. But cloud kitchen is probably 3x costlier to run. When you set up a restaurant one time, you put capital expenditure. You take a high street restaurant, you put a fixed rent, fixed utility bills, fixed servicing cost. You reuse utensils. The life is easier, at least with respect to expenses, because they're capped. Now your job is to make sure that you're making the sales above it, and your profitability goes through the roof if you cross that. But in cloud kitchen, your operational expense is going to be much higher, because anything and everything you are selling, your costs are a percentage of your revenue. So you will end up spending as high as 9 to 10% in packaging cost. You will end up spending 15% to 30% in the aggregator fees. That means your rental is now a variable cost. If you are doing higher revenue, your rental is going higher. Your margins are lesser because you are competing in a digital landscape. Your competitors are going to drop the prices, or they're going to do better deals, and you will have to succumb to that most of the times. So cloud kitchen is a thin margin business. A high street restaurant will operate at 25% to 30% theoretical margins. They can still do in practicality 15 to 20% net. A cloud kitchen, on the other hand, works at a 15% theoretical margin. In my experience, the practical margins are between 2 to 5%, and which leaves very, very small room for error. You make a little bit of error and you are in negative. You end up spending from your pocket, even though you had a great month. What is the opportunity? Why a cloud kitchen is able to probably then how do you make money out of cloud kitchen? The only way to make money out of cloud kitchen is do at least 4x the business which you might have done from the same location high street store. If you're not doing that 4x volume, then 5% will not make sense for you. I think for me, the minimum threshold is 2.5x of what a restaurant sale would have been in the same place. If you're operating a back-end kitchen, at least your volume should be 2.5x to make sense out of that operation. But how do you get 2.5x sale? Because in delivery, each kilometer radius, each mile you add to your delivery radius, it adds a very large serviceable area, which wasn't possible in the dine-in side. In the dine-in side, you keep the delivery radius small because you also have a dine-in customer to serve. But in case of cloud kitchens, you can actually go much far on the back of aggregators as well as logistics players. Um, Cloud kitchen is not a cheaper alternative. As I said, it's an opportunity for you to really create a hybrid. I'll talk about quickly, some trends in UAE and Saudi. These are the two markets where we generally work, and Kuwait is the third one where we are getting aggressive. So, but our understanding, for Saudi and UAE is that already the market was worth 3 billion when it came to the online food delivery business, and overall the business which we thought that will go to cloud kitchens. Saudi is a massive, consumption market, followed by UAE, of course. Emerging trends are cloud kitchens as a service. As I said, in this region, in fact, I was telling some of my co-speakers backstage that in our experience, in POSIS's experience, most of our cloud kitchen business, a large share of our cloud kitchen operator business keeps on coming from Middle East, followed by US and Europe, because some of the larger players are going very, very aggressive in the cloud kitchen, especially in the CAS side. I will actually quote Rechier here, and we have Sandeep right after this. So I hope I'm not taking some thunder away from him. But according to them, CAS business model currently accounts for 60 to 70% of cloud kitchens market in the region. Fast movers, two companies which are worth mentioning are Icon and Kidopi. They have raised large sums of money, and they've been doing good business in almost all Middle East market, and with a little infiltration in the Europe side. I will. What is it that I can tell all the aspiring or existing cloud kitchen and restaurant operators? I think when people were doing high street restaurants, and being a restaurateur, and then running 9 years of POSIST, I can tell you that I've seen this shift from where technology was just a want or a good to have in the restaurant space. It started to become a must have as all the aggregators and all the integrations started coming in. I think today, for cloud kitchens, technology, it has to be technology first. Entire cloud kitchen game is about time of delivery. No matter what kind of food are you're making, if your food is not out of your kitchen by 17th minute, and it is not delivered to the customer by 29th minute, you are really going to lose out on the game. Your competitors are actually playing, the most aggressive competitors are playing the game of 20 to 25-minute delivery. Decent ones are definitely winning at 25 to 30. What I can tell you is that after 30, each minute you lose in delivering the food to the customer, no matter what the reason, you're actually losing the customer. The biggest example I can give you is Domino's and Pizza Hut. Both do good pizzas. Both are world-known brands. Some of the both are the largest pizza operators in the world. But when you order from Domino's across the world, they place the pizza in your plate by 27th minute. When you order from Pizza Hut, the good souls at Pizza Hut are also trying to deliver by 37th minute. And trust me, between 27th minute to 37th minute, Domino's created a fortune and Pizza Hut lost a fortune in the delivery piece. When you think about Pizza Hut, you really think about dine-in, because that was their positioning. That's how they made it. The only way you can consistently deliver this experience of delivery is when your kitchens are tech operated. You have to be obsessive about tech. And if it sounds like a shameless plug for POSIST, so be it. But I can say that doesn't matter whether you use POSIST or any other tech. But you as an operator, if you're not really tech obsessed, if you're not thinking about how can you save fraction of seconds as soon as fraction of seconds in landing, in accepting the order at the kitchen. How can you save and optimize on fraction of seconds on packaging, assembly, and then assigning a rider and handing it over to rider? How can you make sure that the experience your end customer has with logistics is extremely smooth, and they have very, very clear visibility of where the rider is, and you have a visibility, in how many cases you're not able to meet your SLAs. With that, I believe that pandemic, though it has been rough on the industry, it has been rough on the world. But I think, to all the restaurateurs, to all the food entrepreneurs, I will say that this is the best time to be a food entrepreneur, to be a restaurateur, to be a cloud kitchen operator. Margins are going to be tight. Battle is going to be much less glamorous. Restaurants used to be a glamorous business. I don't think it is going to be anymore, but it is going to be rewarding nonetheless. And this is a great time for anybody to create great experiences. People are ready to pay premium on hygiene, premium on better quality food, premium on better packaging. One last insight I can give about cloud kitchens is that, when you call the customer at the restaurant, you have an opportunity to serve the customer very, very well. Your ambience makes up for a lot of things. Your music is a part of the experience. Your servers, their etiquettes, their way of explaining the dish is a part of the experience. When you are sending that food to their home, largest part of the experience is your packaging. As soon as they start unpacking your food, their experience starts. If you are screwing up on packaging, if you are saving money on packaging, you're basically, you better do heavenly food then. I mean, I will just say that, because if your packaging is not great, people will have much lesser experience with you, and somebody else on a better packaging will win. With that, thanks a lot. I'm reachable on Twitter and LinkedIn, Ashish Tulsian. Happy to hear back from any of you. Would love to answer any questions, in case. Thank you. Rajan, you are on mute. You're on mute.
So, what is the final takeaway for the startups which are operating in GCC MENA regions,
Um,
especially overcoming pandemic times?
I will say that there is this race of creating more, generating more orders. There is this race of increasing your top lines, increasing your sales. It's a trap. Don't go there. Um, Focus on your margins from day one. Focus on your unit economics from day one. And by that, what I mean is that don't lose money on unit basis. If you're selling a burger for 20 dirhams, or 40 dirhams, let's say, but after packaging and after everything, burger costs you 41, it's a bad deal. Don't do that. You may spend more on marketing, you may spend more on branding, you may spend more on customer acquisition. That is okay, but don't lose money on the unit cost, because lot of common wisdom floating around is that at scale, scale will take care of your margins. Scale never takes care of your margins. Your scale aggravates your negative margins. It never makes them positive. And second, I will say is that this is the best time to create customer loyalty. Try to create direct to consumer channel, as not against aggregators. Aggregators are a very, very important part of the ecosystem. They are going to give you a lot of customers, but what you do with the customer from that point onwards is going to define your success. So invest in loyalty programs, invest in loyalty practices. Leave the technology aside. See why a customer will order directly from you. What extra can you give them? It cannot be discount, it cannot be money. What else? Can there be a better experience? Can there be a better reason for that customer to order directly from your channel? That 15-20% which you save is is one piece, but that loyalty which you gain from the customer is altogether another one. I think be patient. Don't worry about top lines. Worry about bottom lines. Really, really worry about it. And before you scale, try creating customer loyalty.
Thank you, Ashish. Great takeaways, great insights. And thank you for all the three sessions you have shared today.
My
Continuously.
pleasure, sir. My
Thanks for your
pleasure.
precious time. Thanks. Look forward again. Thank you.
Thank you.